Welcome back. Just want to show you how to handle Gematria critics and people who say that Freemasonry doesn't use Gematria. It's really simple to do. So let's just read Hilda Page's comment. I get comments like this every single day. Today, I'm deciding to make a response. Hilda Page writes, Gematria is Masonic. Get a clue, please. God is the author of Gematria, in which every letter of the Hebrew alphabet has a corresponding number, which is its numerical equivalent. And notice they put Hebrew as if it doesn't have anything to do with English. We're going to solve all of this real quick. Also, who says McStain was even on life support? You are revealing what you believe versus what millions of Americans know are two completely different scenarios. So her later comment, I said in my video, I said, doesn't it seem strange that just yesterday it was the big news that he went off his brain cancer treatment and he's already dead the very next day? I said, it sounds more like he was on life support and they cut it off based on him dying so fast. Those were my remarks. So I didn't say he was on life support. I just said it sounds more like that since treatment ended and then dead within, 12 hours later? So, anyway, yes, English is absolutely based in Gematria, and as I've shown in my book, there's lots of overlap with the numerical values of words in Hebrew and in English. But right now, there's this new show on AMC called Lodge 49. It's about a secret society. It has all sorts of tributes to Freemasonry within the name, within the details of the story, when you understand this code of letters and numbers within English. For example, the leader of the lodge in the TV show Lodge 49 is Larry Loomis. And look at his name in English Gematria. Larry Loomis 58, Freemasonry 58, Rosicrucian 58, Secret Society 58. And there's a whole lot more you can add onto that list. Solomon's Temple equals 58 in the same cipher. Tracing board equals 58 in the same cipher, and more. King James, the Rosicrucian, and the Freemason dropped dead at age 58, and not coincidentally. In the latest episode of Lodge 49, they find a hidden room with a dead body in a hermetically sealed room, and they find that the man who died, he was the head of the lodge from 1958 to 1962. And he died in 62. Mason 62, base cipher, alphabetic order. Sacrifice 62, base order, when you flip the alphabetic order around. These same patterns we document again and again and again and again. For this to all be coincidence is impossible. You can go to any Masonic lodge anywhere in the English-speaking world and figure out why that lodge is on what street it's on and why the address is what it is there, because every lodge is established this way in accordance with this code. Also, just to go a little bit further with the most recent episode of Lodge 49, Wallace Smith is the dead body they find in a hermetically sealed room. Wallace Smith 45, Hermetic 45. Hermetic's also 45 when you flip the alphabetic order around in the base ciphers. Remember, Holy Bible 45 forwards and backwards the same way. Holy Bible's 9 letters. When you add 1 through 9 together, it equals 45. The Bible largely based in Hermeticism. Also, that name Larry Loomis, look at Larry and Loomis in the base cipher. All a perfect overlap with Masonic. Larry and Masonic, also a perfect overlap. And in case you're new here, that dark green cipher is just the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, E is 3, up to Z is 26. Gematria 74. English 74. Masonic 74. Jewish 74. Occult 74. Again, this nation, English-speaking nation, established on 7-4, holiday 74. When you take the alphabetic order and rules of numerology and you spell right, Independence Day 74. And look at just independence alone. 62, like Mason. Independence. Who really got free on July 4th? Free 74, you know? So, to go to another example, there was recently this Masonic ritual by the numbers in New Brunswick, Canada, a shooting. And I looked at the lodge that was right next to the shooting. And I thought what was really interesting is how they write ancient and honorable fraternity of free and accepted Masons. That's what they use for their slogan at their lodge. And look how they spelled ancient. A-N-T-I-E-N-T. Now understand, Masonry doesn't do anything with spelling by accident. And if you take this phrase and you plug it in the Gematria calculator and just use the alphabetic order, sums to 561. Well, what's that? That's the 33rd triangular number. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, police 33, order 33. Coming back to this new sitcom, Lodge 49. The secret order is called the Order of the Lynx. The Order of the Lynx. Notice the Gematria of 96 as well as 75 and 222. Notice also the 237. Hey, coming back to this one, this real lodge here, their spelling right here, ancient and honorable fraternity of free and accepted Masons, also 237. Prime numbers that when multiplied together equal 42. 2 times 3 times 7, 42. Freemason 42. The Order of the Lynx, let's just go through this piece by piece. 96, Freemason, 96, as well as 42. You add the divisors of 42 together, they sum to 96. Freemason sums to 48 in English and in Hebrew. 147 for Freemason in the base ciphers, 147 windows on the White House, which was built for the Freemason George Washington. U.S. President, 147. You know, President of the United States, 147. D.C., the headquarters of Freemasonry, you know, D.C., 47. 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. Government, 47. Authority, 47. President, 47. White House, 47. Republican, 47. Democrat, 47. You know, we got Trump in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel the night of the rigged election. You want to tell me God made Trump go in the 47-story Hilton Hotel the night of the election? How about Ivanka Trump? 47, you want to tell me the Simpsons got a commandment from God to make a cartoon of Ivanka Trump running for president in the year 2028, the year she turns 47? You know, is Sealy Mattresses commanded by God to have him talking to sheep on pillars with the numbers 11 and 9 on their side? Was that a commandment from God to make that commercial? God said he wanted 2 sheep with 11 and 9 standing on pillars talking to Donald Trump wearing the same suit that he'd wear on election night years later. You know, that commercial from 2009, it ends with him talking to sheep number 9 saying, looking good number 9. When you add 1 through 9 together, it sums to 45. 11 and 9, Trump announces the 45th president-elect on November 9th, 11/9, the anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, 45. You mean to tell me this is all God? You got to be a sheep yourself. So, coming back to the Order of the Lynx thing. The Order of the Lynx. 222, the first episode of this Lodge 49 with the Order of the Lynx was titled As Above, So Below. 222 in the base ciphers. Okay, let's come back here. The Order of the Lynx. We've covered the 222, the 96, the 237. Now the 75. Look at the word order, 75. You see that? Look at the term New World Order, 75. Look at the Masonic motto, Order Out of Chaos, 75. You see how this goes? The New World Order is the Masonic World Order. English is the language of the world and not arbitrarily. Look at the word links alone, 33 and 75. You know, Masonry, 33. You see what they've done? You see why they called it this? You see why they name all their characters accordingly? Everything is done this way. In the second episode, you have a man walking down a hallway with a blindfold, and he counts to 42 steps. You know, the divisors of 42 sum to 96. Gematria is math and language. The Freemason logo, instruments of mathematics, geometry around the G. Gematria means geometry and language. Gematria, Masonic, English. So, Hilda Page, you don't want to be a critic of this work. Anyone who criticizes this work or says something like there's too many ciphers is just a fool. You have to be a fool to think this is a coincidence. Witch, broom. Did God make the association of witches and brooms? Did God make the association of judges and gavels? Judge and gavel, perfect overlap in all four ciphers. Witch and broom, perfect overlap in all four ciphers. You have Neil McGill Gorsuch installed as the latest Supreme Court Justice on April 7th. By the way, that's the 97th day of the year, Supreme 97. Did God tell Donald Trump to wait until July 9th to announce his latest nomination for the Supreme Court? Was that a commandment from God? Did God make it so that July 9th, when written out, syncs up with 47 like Judge as well? Neil McGill Gorsuch, Gematria of 88, also 187. George Washington, 187, 88. Trump, 88. Judge, 88. Doesn't all of this just seem a little too coincidental? And doesn't it seem a little sheepish to give all credit to God? As I talk about in my book, there is an organic side to this code. But the way things are manipulated every single day, Marquise McGlockton, Marquise McGlockton. Look at that ridiculous spelling of Marquise. On the same day as Gaston Glock's birthday, Marquise McGlockton gets shot in a Stand Your Ground story. Did you see the overlap with 72 and 189? Let's do it one more time. Marquise McGlockton. Did God do this? God wanted the Stand Your Ground story. Marquise McGlockton getting shot on Gaston Glock's birthday. Who's defending Stand Your Ground right now? Is it Sheriff Grady? Sheriff Grady? How's his name compare? Sheriff Grady. You don't want to criticize Gematria. You don't want to say that it only counts in Hebrew. Not when there's all this overlap with Hebrew and English. Tired of the sheep truth seeker. Tired of the really dumb people who don't get it. Who just call everything coincidence. They look at a commercial of Donald Trump talking to sheep and they just go, oh, it's got to be a coincidence that they're both on pillars in 11 and 9. Why wouldn't that be a coincidence? It's like they don't realize that they're the sheep themselves. This is all the mocking of the sheep. By the way, Hilda Page, let's just put it up there one more time. Holy Bible, 45, 9 letters. When you add 1 through 9, 45. Also notice Holy 4 letters, Bible 5 letters, 4, 5. How about that miraculous catch of 153 fish? 153, the 17th triangular number, God 17. God rested on the 7th day. Rest 17, 17's the 7th prime. The Freemasons got the big G in the middle of their compass. Mason 17. I'm sure God told the modern Masons to begin modern Masonry in 1717. Right? All right, until next time, that's enough.